everyone talks about muscle memory, right? Muscles don't have memory. They have neural pathways, okay? And I had one of my students, like, talked about this with, and he kind of asked me more about it, and I sent him a bunch of literature on it. But essentially, we have neural pathways. That's how we get our body to do anything. That's how we get our, to move my big toe. I have neural pathways that tell my big toe when I send those signals. So, if you're having a problem going low and left, and it's not your trigger and your left hand's solid, right? Because should my trigger finger be able to overpower my left hand? No. My trigger finger by itself should not be able to overpower my left hand, even if I'm squeezing the shit out of it, okay? It shouldn't be able to overpower this full hand. But can these 4 fingers overpower my left hand, or all 5 of these fingers? Probably, because it's your dominant hand, okay? So we have to build different neural pathways. We have to build our ability, because, hey, there's piano players out there, right? And violinists and stuff, okay? And what do? They move these fingers all kinds of independently, and they're not like squeezing those 3 fingers as they squeeze their trigger finger, okay? So dry fire is one way to work, really being aware of those 3 fingers and squeezing that trigger finger, right? But anytime you're anywhere, if you're driving in the car, grab a hold of the steering wheel, hold those 3 fingers steady, and then tap the steering wheel with your trigger finger. If you're walking with your cart in Publix, right? I'm walking around and I'm tapping my freaking trigger fingers, right? Okay, now listen, also too, what happens when we switch hands to shoot? It's all fucked up, right? When we switch hands to shoot, it's like, I don't know what I'm doing, okay? Because we haven't built those neural pathways in our other hand. So hey, do yourself a favor in case if you ever have to do it in competition, or because your primary arm gets, stabbed or whatever, right? Go ahead and practice doing that stuff with your non-dominant hand too. Holding on to stuff and squeezing that finger, okay? I shoot pretty well all ways. I also shoot bow and arrow both left and right-handed because I started martial arts when I was young. And so that helped me a lot. So I can write. Listen, something silly is as loading mags. Today, when we load mags the first time, switch over and do it opposite of the way that you normally do it and see how effed up it is, okay? So we got to train that other side too, all right? That way, we build those neural pathways so we can hold that and we can move those trigger fingers opposite, okay? I still move this one pretty bad when I'm moving that left finger, okay? This one is pretty stationary, all right? It does move a little bit, but not as much. The more we do it though, the more we work on that, the more we'll be able to move that trigger finger versus those 3 fingers. And this goes back to this got me thinking about this, was one of the big high level guys that squeezes the crap out of both hands. He told, it was Modern Samurai or somebody that I was training with, he told him that he had some weird job in college where he had to hold stuff, like it was something to do, I don't know, with manufacturing, and he had to hold something and he had to like press a button, because I think there was like a safety on it, and then he had to press a button for like some kind of machinery or something. And he's like, it got me to hold hard here and move that finger independently so I can grab the shit out of it with my dominant hand, okay? And it doesn't bother me to be super dominant with those 3 fingers and to squeeze that finger independently, because he's like, I did it for 4 years while I was in college. And he built those neural pathways, okay?